Aite for refusing to rotate my tip jar with my coworker after I caught her skimming. The first time I realized my tips were disappearing, I blamed the wind from the door. I worked mornings at a small coffee shop in a converted house. It was cozy, regulars by name, the smell of cinnamon syrup baked into the curtains. We had a shared counter jar and then individual digital tips that went to whoever was logged into the register. I'd been there a year and my average shift tips were predictable enough that I noticed when they weren't. It started with little things. A regular who always slid me a 5 would wink and say, "For you," and later I'd break down the jar and it wouldn't be there. My digital tips were also weirdly low on days I was slammed. I asked my manager, Dan, if the system had changed. He shrugged and told me to stop obsessing over it. My coworker, Leah, was newer, friendly in a loud way, the kind of person who calls you babe while asking favors. She also had money problems she talked about constantly. Late rent, her car, her phone bill. After one especially slow tip day, she cornered me in the back by the oat milk. "We should rotate the jar," she said. "Like, if you're on register, jar goes with you. If I'm making drinks, jar stays by me. It's fair." It didn't make sense. The jar already sat in the same spot, right by the card reader. Customers could see it, and we split it based on hours anyway. When I said that, Leah's smile tightened. "You're being kind of territorial," she said, "like you don't trust me." That hit a nerve because I didn't. Not anymore. The next morning I came in early and before opening, I placed 2 bills in the jar and noted the serial numbers in my notes app. I hated myself for it. It felt paranoid. It also felt necessary. We opened, the rush started, and Leah floated around the counter. She was tidying, wiping the jar, turning it so the label faced out. Twice. She offered to run the jar to the back so it doesn't get sticky. At the end of the shift, I counted. Both marked bills were gone. My stomach dropped so hard I had to grip the counter. Leah was humming while she cleaned the steam wand, and I suddenly noticed she hadn't brought her purse onto the floor like usual. It was tucked under the sink cabinet, half hidden. I waited until she stepped into the walk-in for milk, then I opened the cabinet door. Leah's purse was unzipped. Inside on top was a small stack of crumpled ones and 5s, and one of my marked bills, folded in half like it had been tucked in quickly. The cooler door opened behind me, and Leah's voice went sharp. "What are you doing with my bag?" Check part 2 in profile.